All right.
What
well,
the
thank you for
Thank you,
your
Kylie.
contributions,
The rabbit hole
and
got me fucked
We
up.
will
Right
talk
now.
later. Again. Bye-bye.
What is about to happen?
Yeah.
What are you listening at?
Oh my god. You know who
Oh,
that is? It's Carl Weezer.
Nigga, give me the
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion, champion, champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion, like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I'm so cold-blooded. I fear nobody, I fear nobody. I walk like a champion.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 57 of the Saratobi Sports Pod. It's me, John. I got a surprise for y'all. Got some AKAs.
Okay.
AKA, I mean, I feel like you probably came up with this one already, but it's okay. I just wanted to bring it back.
Yeah, go ahead.
AKA Johnny Nelson.
Okay.
You know,
Johnny.
president of the Mavs.
Okay.
AKA Adele Fit Man.
Okay.
That's my Twitter name currently, but you're not on social media.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Adele Fit Man.
Okay.
Because that's the most elite.
Okay.
All right, just feel very judged.
Boo! Yeah,
It's
you
okay.
know, no, it's all right. You know, I just feel, you know, it's not bad, but you know,
It's not good.
yeah,
But like
it's mid, mid,
It's Dak.
mid.
Well, y'all haven't helped me come up with any, so.
I apologize,
But you don't have to. I mean, for me, you don't have. I already have GOAT AKAs. So
That we've come up with.
yeah, but
You didn't
that's-
come up with Justin Transition.
But I'm
you didn't come
saying-
up with Justin.
but
phone.
I'm saying
you
you
didn't
don't-
come up with Justin on your
You
damn
don't.
phone.
You don't need to come up with anything.
How much
because
more
already
do I
did.
carry?
Well, that's not fair because all these things were from college.
No, just on
Except
just
except
on your
for
phone
the-
started
except
here.
for the phone.
I came up with the other ones in college too.
Yeah, but not here. That was a while ago. You had some years to sit
well,
on
this
that.
is this all is because John's back hurts, and that's
Yeah.
all that has to say on that. But since he introduced himself, what up, y'all? It's the Deacon of Demon Time, the Vice President of the New York Knicks.
The Knickerbockers.
Yes, indeed.
Say it really
Is
fast.
it-
Matt, say it really fast.
No. Anyways,
That reminds
Listen-
me of what I have to talk about
yes,
later. for
yes,
us.
Yeah.
That's exactly what.
We got our
you
first,
know where I'm going with
we
it.
got our first classic JoJo's meme.
Right, exactly. Yes. What's up, y'all? Hope y'all staying safe out here on these streets. Say hello to Charlotte. And let's go, Owls. Since we all
To my
introduced-
left.
since we all introducing ourselves,
I'm just embarrassed, man. These guys,
This has been quite a day.
nerds over here. Yeah, it's me, Justin Transition. That's all you really need to know. Let's start the show.
What are you transitioning?
We're transitioning to the NBA. More importantly, how much lack of transition there is with the Milwaukee Bucks in their game.
Oh, he transitioned right past Matt's intro after he was giving me so much shit. Crazy.
damn.
Crazy.
yeah, John had that ready.
He had it ready.
He knew.
He knew.
That was Petty John.
That was Petty.
That
That was Petty.
That was Petty John.
That was
For sure.
that was Tom Petty right there.
Yes.
Jeez,
And the Heartbreakers. I got you covered. All right, you right.
boy, oh boy.
Well,
Hi, Matt.
Hey, it's me, the Saratobi Sound Man, off the camera,
oh,
behind the scenes.
oh, he introduced himself. Yeah, let's get it.
That seemed to be the theme of today.
I listened to that voice for like 3 hours on a midnight
Oh,
drive.
yeah. You listen to him in transition.
This is Matt Barbo in the midnight hour. You know,
It's time
ladies.
for some basketball.
There it is. There it is.
Oh boy. Well, you heard him. Time for some basketball. And as I was transitioning,
You know who
to
plays
earlier-
basketball?
Not me.
Who plays basketball, John? Go ahead.
Oh,
Thank
I know
you.
what he's thinking.
What did you think? What? Who plays basketball?
Wait, what?
At least I think I know what he's
Who
thinking.
Y'all
plays
really haven't gotten this?
basketball? Wait,
No.
so do you know who plays basketball?
Is it a four-letter word?
Yep.
Is it a word that we cannot say?
Yep.
Do
Is
I
it-
need to
is
pull
it-
up the more you know meme?
Can I?
DK.
Oh boy.
Technically, wouldn't it be a 5-letter word? Because you have the S at the end. Because it's
That's
Oh
plural.
yeah,
plural.
yeah. I guess
It's
you're right.
plural, so 5 letters.
Yep. And
Yeah.
that word is
I'm glad
studs,
Matt
guys.
picked it up.
Studs.
We're not. This is
Studs.
getting cut. You didn't even need to say all that.
Boy, oh boy. All right. Well,
Oh man.
before we get off into another tangent again, let's do it.
Go ahead. You wanted to.
So,
Welcome to
yes,
Transition.
transitioning. Milwaukee Bucks. Arguably the biggest disappointment of the NBA playoffs so far.
Yep.
Down 3-1 right now.
To who?
Tyler Herro
Cooking.
And Duncan Robinson.
and Bam Adebayo and Kelly Olynyk.
And Jimmy Butler.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that guy.
He's
James
pretty-
James Butler.
James,
an adult.
he's James.
The adult
He
James
absolutely
Butler.
is James.
Yeah.
Word to Brett Brown. But yeah, I mean, today's Tuesday, so Game 5 is tonight.
Yep.
This could possibly
Gentleman
be the
sweep.
it could possibly be the last game for the Bucks.
Absolutely.
Hopefully,
Especially
I
if
mean
Giannis
by
don't
next
play.
week. I mean by next week's episode,
Even if he did
we'll be
play,
in the
they'd
conference
still lose.
finals though.
Yeah, I know. But they did look better on the floor without him, which is kind of crazy.
I
to say.
literally think I think they just
Let's
willed it
not
together
do
for
this.
him.
We see this all the time.
I
We see
think
this
it was
argument
one of
all the
those
time.
where like, oh man, our leader went down. We gotta win for him.
Yes.
we
I think-
have to
I
do
think
it
that was the case.
for him.
Do it for
And they
Giannis.
did. And you know what? It's not gonna happen tonight.
You're
The
like-
Heat are gonna win.
for
Jimmy's
Mykonos.
yo, Mykonos Kid Gilchrist, bro,
Bro.
that's OD. Mykonos Kid Gilchrist.
It's not right.
That's how we looking though.
Is all right? And people were kind of trying to say, "Oh, his ankle," but I mean, his ankle wasn't a problem. We wasn't hearing nothing about his
That wasn't a
ankle
problem in game
for
one.
games 1 and 2.
I know black, Poppy. I know black. But yeah, bro, I don't know, man. This man Giannis, he looking like basically what everybody's saying about him is that he's really good in transition, and yeah, like that's
If
basically
you
it.
if you clog up the paint, you can rotate well.
And form a wall. You
Like
can stop that man.
It's
Build
kind
a
of weird
fucking
how
wall.
like kind of similar him and Ben Simmons' games really are.
Oh,
like Ben Simmons is
shit.
a better passer,
Oh shit.
but where Giannis lacks in the playmaking department.
Yeah.
He makes up in dominance in the
and
paint.
just dominance in the paint, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh man,
Like Ben isn't that dominating figure in the paint yet. I think he probably could be.
So-
and
so-
also
so-
Eric Spoelstra is out coaching.
yeah, the shit out of
Budenholzer.
Budenholzer.
Yeah.
Bro, Mike Boone, I said
Say
this.
it.
I said this
yes,
the other.
you did.
I
You
said
did.
this the other
I
week.
didn't want to
You
repeat it
did.
because it's your quote.
Said this the other week, bro. Mike Budenholzer. I have no idea why he refused to play his best players.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it's Marvin Lewis to the shit.
Nah.
No, because at least he gets to the
He wins
past
one
later
game.
rounds.
So
Like,
he's Doc Rivers to the
JT,
shit.
I saw it 2 games ago, and I was yelling. I was like, "Why is Giannis not playing right now? Why are y'all down like 6 points and you in 5 minutes left? You're putting Giannis you're taking Giannis out of the game. He's the best player."
there was a point I think in game 2 where the Bucks were down. I think maybe like 4 or 5, right? With like 8 minutes left, and Budenholzer takes him out for like 2 minutes. I'm like, yo, there's no reason why he should be sitting at all in the fourth, unless you guys are up by like double digits. There's no reason why the MVP of the league, maybe 2-time MVP, should be sitting in the fourth quarter when you're seeing other teams play their guys. You know why the Raptors have had success under Nick Nurse? Because he plays his best guys 40 plus minutes in the playoffs. And his reasoning is because they're my best guys. They should be conditioned for this.
Yes.
And I think this is also on Giannis too, because you see it. You even see it with fucking role players who will look at their coach and be like, "No."
Yep.
So if you're the reigning MVP, and your coach tries to take you out in the fourth quarter of a game where you're losing,
Yep.
you need to look at your coach and be like, "No."
Phil not doing that to Kobe. Bron never did that.
Austin Rivers didn't do it to fucking Mike D'Antoni.
Yeah, you're
like
right.
come on.
So like I've seen, like we've all seen players literally wave off.
Yeah.
They're cool, like, nah, I'm not coming out. Like,
Right.
yeah,
And if you
Marcus
can't-
Morris did it.
You can't and honestly, like for him to be as regarded as he is, you can't be considered an all-time great if you letting your coach do that to you. And I mean, like I get it, like whatever, the Bucks are like this team, but it's like Giannis being as big of a superstar as he is, he can't take that jump to the next level if he's getting subbed with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter when you're down in a playoff game.
the playoff
He
game.
should be coming in.
And you're down in the series too.
He should be coming in 10 minutes left in the fourth and play the rest of the fourth.
Let's say the
If he's carrying that hard, you give him maybe like a 30-second minute rest somewhere before 5 minutes. If he's
Shit.
really putting the team on his back.
Shit, take a full time out. I'd rather see a full
Yeah.
time out before that.
Yeah.
pull a Jason Kidd, spill water on the floor. I don't know, just do if a break is needed that bad
Yeah.
for your guy,
Right.
do that. But yeah, that'll be we've seen it in the series. It's the detriment to the Bucks. If they somehow win this game, I just don't see him winning the series.
The way he's going, it looks like Mike Budenholzer still walks to the TV to change the channel.
Hey, you gotta get that cardio.
Fucking changes the channel with the cable box.
Oh,
though.
man.
He's out here like, why would I use the remote?
Well,
It's just I don't know.
Heat in 5. Heat in 5. They were closing it out Tuesday night, September 8th.
I'd love to see it.
Yep.
I mean,
I saw one thing where they were like, Giannis needs to stop jacking this Greek shit because he keeps getting cooked by Africans. Maybe if he starts just claiming Africa.
wow,
That's a fact.
That's wild.
Pascal and Bam.
And then I say as much blame is on Giannis because he's a star, and he's done. I mean, he's averaging like 30 in the series, like
Yeah.
But Chris Middleton, aside from Game 4, where he had to step up because there was no other option, right? And he comes through in the clutch for them. Other than that, he
is wilding right now.
He has not looked good at all.
Yeah. You even pointed out the one game where he had however much in the first half.
Yeah, 21 in the first half, ended with 28 points. Like
That was game 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's the inconsistencies, and I think we did talk about it last week. Is Giannis a 1A or 1B? And there could be arguments to be made for both sides now, but I'll concede and say that because I think maybe it's not that Giannis is a 1B. Maybe he's a 1A that needs a better 1B.
I think that is more what I'm in agreement with because I think on any team in the NBA that you put him on, Giannis is the 1A, except for maybe the Lakers right now and probably the Clippers.
I think he needs that killer. Like
and the Nets because obviously
I wouldn't say he's the one. If he was on like the Rockets, I'd say he'd be the 1B. I couldn't see them deferring to Giannis over Harden.
I mean, well, they would never. D'Antoni would never have a player like Giannis on the floor. He wouldn't know how to coach it, like a player like Giannis. Because if Giannis is a player that unfortunately he needs to have a good coach because they have to fit schemes in him to create offense for him. It's not like he's a James Harden or like
he would not have this much success on a team other than the Bucks.
Yeah, I could agree. I could agree with that for damn sure. But and I don't know. I mean, it's
except for maybe the Mavs.
I can see him having success on the Heat.
Spoelstra
would game plan, and that's why we're hearing the rumors about Giannis and the Heat.
Well, Spoelstra is also a great coach,
and they've surrounded you. Listen, man, the Heat are getting a lot out of their role players, and you love to fucking see it.
Yeah, that's tough. But
he's playing amazing. Jay Crowder has been having a great series. Tyler Harrow's having a great series. They're really getting a lot out of their young guys and just like their role players in general. Like as much as Jimmy is doing, he wouldn't be able to be doing what he's doing without the support that he's getting. And you really love to see it.
Even Eagle Dollar is contributing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I just wonder how sustainable it is.
I think, honestly, they give me Ravens vibes in the sense of they might not have the most talented roster, but their team chemistry is super high, and they do have enough talent. Like, they don't have a bunch of stars. Like, their role players aren't people that you'd be like, oh, man, these are fringe all-stars or anything like that.
Right.
They're just role players. But their role players accept their role. They do what they do well. And they all vibe, like they all fuck with each other.
You can tell that
that
their chemistry is very much.
I was gonna say there's outside of Jimmy shooting pretty well from 3 for a few games in the playoffs, nobody's done anything outside of what they haven't been doing. I think maybe Dragic's scoring is a little bit up,
but he's getting more minutes.
But he's getting more minutes because of the playoffs. So everybody's pretty much doing exactly what they've been doing in the regular season. Duncan Robinson, all he did in the regular season, hit threes. What's he doing now? Hit threes. Tyler Harrow is a scorer. All right, Kelly Olynyk gives you minutes off the bench. Bam Adebayo is doing Bam Adebayo things. Like they're all just filling their roles.
Bam has stepped up tremendously though.
Sorry.
No. All I was gonna say is that even though like between him and Jimmy like being the primary defender on Giannis, he's also been scoring a lot too.
Jay Crowder's getting good minutes on Giannis.
I'm about to say, and Jay Crowder as well.
I feel like it, like you said, like how they're playing. At the end of game 3, Bam said it where he was like, "Yo, like we're not really worried about the Bucks." He's like, "We're just worried about us. Like we're out here, we're playing free. Like they're playing Heat basketball and not caring about anything else."
I can only imagine being a Heat fan right now. Like I think that's like a very fun team to root for, and yeah.
And the thing is, like, if there were fans, the Bucks would have lost in 4. That Heat crowd would have ate them alive.
See, but I don't know. I think it goes both ways though. I feel like
they would have been in Miami for game 4.
Yeah, but it would have been in Miami, but they would have been in Milwaukee for games 1 and 2.
Right.
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, they come out for the Bucks.
They come out for the
because they got nothing else to do in Milwaukee.
What else do they do in Milwaukee? Shoot deer.
But
that's about it.
Right, but if we're talking about a team that basically throughout, we haven't seen much of Chris Middleton doing much of anything, right? So these are people who haven't been really playing that well. The Heat had like they just lost their first game in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So they don't care about anyone except themselves. So that's a team that I don't really think about the people on that team. The only people who I would sit here and be like, damn, they might get shook by the lights is Tyler Herro and Duncan Robinson. And then even with that, they've built the team well enough that you have veterans to hold them down.
I mean, I
Also,
understand-
Bam
I
seemed
understand
smacked
that
in the
point.
interview too. That shit was hilarious. But like, no, because like I'm imagining like Game 4, if they're up, like Miami Crown shows out regardless, and now they haven't lost the game yet. Like,
I feel like it's too much to speculate if fans were involved in
Because
it.
both games 1 and 2 were close.
Right. And then it's
So-
like, who knows what would have happened in the previous series with the Pacers in terms of like if they won a game, lost a game. It's like,
But
tough.
it is. I mean, the bubble is showing like it's just straight basketball.
Which
love
I do love because it takes the other elements out of it. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing that a 5 seed potentially. I think at this point, like the Heat got to be the favorites to come out of the East. I think so.
they're the best looking team in the East right now.
I think they look better than the Celtics and
no,
the Raptors.
I think the Heat are the best.
I told y'all.
The team. Whoa, no.
They were
'Cause
my dark horse team in the East. I didn't tell
Oh,
you.
I knew you about the Heat. I thought you were
Alright,
talking
then.
about the Celtics.
Oh, no.
Like, but I'm saying
Celtics offense.
the
is cooking.
Celtics are too helter skelter. Like this series should be over right now. Yes, the Raptors got a miracle 3.
Yeah.
For game 2.
Miracle.
But the series really
Shout
should
out OG
be.
and
that was
Anunoby.
cold.
That was very cold.
The series honestly should be over by now.
Yeah. And what is
The
left?
longer it goes on, the better it is for the Raptors.
That's why I'm like,
obviously,
if the
but
Raptors win on game
6.
game 6,
they force a game 7, man.
I think they will force a game
Because
7.
it's really-
the teams are too evenly matched. I feel like
Fred going off for 40.
I told my brother this because he's a big Celtics fan. I'm like, hey, on paper, the Celtics have a much more talented team, but where the Raptors lack in talent, they make up for because Nick Nurse is
A great
that good.
coach.
And not to
Coaching
say,
and experience.
and it's not to say that Brad Stevens isn't a good coach, doesn't have playoff experience because he's taken this team to the playoffs 5 straight years now.
Yep.
But Nick Nurse has just got that extra element. There's a reason why they were able to lose a top 5 player in the league and still hold the number 2 seed. Like, there's a reason why.
Yep.
With no other roster like additions, because they, not to mention they lost Kawhi and they lost Danny Green.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I don't. Who did they even sign anyone this offseason? They signed Rondé Hollis Jefferson.
Rondé.
And they got OG back.
the pride of Chester, PA.
And
They
what
got
else?
OG, Chris Boucher, Fred VanVleet. These are all guys that are just Norman Powell. All guys are just on the team last
That's what I'm
year.
saying. I feel like the only
Yeah.
signing was Rondé.
Yeah, nah, they didn't really sign nobody.
And even Ronde's not even part of their regular
Exactly.
rotation.
Yeah, they lost more than what they gained, but they've still gotten more. Let's put it like this: they gotten more out of the role players from the championship run, and Siakam stepped up, Kyle Lowry is Kyle Lowry, and Fred stepped up a lot, and then Anunoby is
Future
actually healthy. So
Speaking of Siakam, man, I mean, I think him and the playoffs, I've kind of felt like we've had to have a tough conversation about both Siakam and Middleton because we
Danger.
have pegged Chris Middleton as all right. He's
As that B.
all-star. All right, he's that B, and now it's like, is he? He seems like more of like a C now. And with
seems like Danny
Siakam,
Green.
yep. And with Siakam now, it's like, yo, if he's not doing his spinorama through the lane, what is he doing? Because he's not really hitting open shots like that. And it's really not. He's not like a
Siakam's
lock-in
the-
on defense.
He's the light version of Giannis.
I was about to say, yeah, he's
well, dark version.
L-I-T-E. L-I-T-E.
light.
Light.
He's a light
Yeah.
Giannis.
He's the trial app.
A demo Giannis.
You don't get all the features.
Giannis, he's Giannis 0.5.
Oh man.
Not 2.0, just 0.5.
Yeah.
You got to pay extra.
Lord Jesus.
But no, it's I don't know. That's that Celtics Raptors series is an interesting one. There's no clear cut favorite because when the Raptors show when they hit their shots, they're a tough team to beat. But it's when the Celtics are hitting their shots too. I mean, and tip my cap to Kemba because I love Kemba. Hate that he's on the Celtics, but I love Kemba.
Yep.
I mean, he's been balling out this playoffs.
But it is what it is.
Jaylen Brown, aside from the one bad game this series, he's
Yeah,
been
man.
balling out.
Their
Tatum,
their little three has
solid.
been putting in work. I'm not gonna lie.
And they still don't have Gordon Hayward. And I argue with my brother about
They
this.
saying he's about to come back to the bubble.
He's like, Gordon Hayward doesn't provide anything to the team. I'm like, all right.
I'm
but
not
he
checking that.
I know. My brother just does not like, but I honestly feel I understand why he doesn't.
I
Because
get the frustration.
because you signed him to this big contract 3 years ago, and he's probably
hurt.
played maybe 150 games.
That's not
And
his fault though. But
It's
then,
not his
but,
fault.
But here's the thing
That's
with
life,
that is
man.
that he's not your brother's not necessarily wrong because you got to think it's like the show got to go on.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Gordon Hayward being hindered, it left room for Kemba to get signed. It left room for Jaylen Brown to improve. It left room for Jason Tatum to get drafted and improve. I mean, same thing with Jaylen Brown, but you know what I'm saying? Other dudes are gonna have to step up. Like they can't like be dependent on Gordon Hayward. So I guess I see what he's saying.
I think their biggest thing is Marcus Smart hitting shots now.
That's the thing.
Exactly.
Because he was giving you everything else before, but you
He
didn't have
is-
to worry about
He
him.
is the biggest X factor with that Celtics team because if he's gonna hit shots, then it's like damn.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what I'm in favor for with Gordon Hayward is if he comes back, he provides another scoring option.
Yep.
Because
And I think him leading the bench unit, like,
Yes.
it's you want him there.
yes, because I mean, when the Celtics go to the bench, right? If Kemba and Tatum are on the bench, right?
Yep.
So on the floor is with Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart. It's not a pure score. Jaylen Brown doesn't create his own offense. He gets it through the floor of the offense. Same with Marcus Smart. Gordon Hayward can create his own offense. I'm not trusting Brad Wanamaker to get me a bucket, right? I'm not trusting
should.
Robert Williams because he can't get his own bucket because he needs,
Mill.
you know. Daniel Theis can't get his own bucket. So Gordon Hayward provides you that extra scoring option on the wing, which is if they do make it to the conference finals, I think he could,
He could
prove to be
potentially.
very,
And then
But
that's also another team, though. Like, that's a team that, outside of them just hitting a really high percentage, that's a team that I feel like the Heat match up better than. Because who's dealing with Bam on the Celtics?
The Celtics are gonna have problems if they face the Heat. I'd say, and it's literally, and aside from the matchup with Bam, the Game 4 that they lost against the Raptors, they shot terribly from three, and all the Raptors did was just hand up, hand up, hand up, and you see how well that the Heat make adjustments even in the Bucks series. So that's why I personally think that the Heat are like hands down, like I'm calling it now, they're making it out the East. They're just they've been playing better. They're more consistent, and right now I think defensively they make better adjustments than any of the other teams, which is saying a lot because Nick Nurse I feel like is a hell of a coach, but with the way his personnel is
His
That's the thing,
right?
personnel got another year older.
yes,
his personnel is not coming through, and it's not
It's not his fault.
It's not his fault because they're just missing these wide open.
that's
shots.
what I'm saying. It's like you can put these niggas in the positions to succeed, but if these niggas not hitting shots, it's like
You know where that argument
yeah,
is.
this is right, and
yeah.
this is a whole other.
We'll get there.
We'll
We'll
get
get there.
and when we get to baseball, we'll talk more about
Yeah.
that. But yeah, absolutely.
all right, but I think that's pretty much it. For
Yeah.
the,
With the
the
only-
for that series?
well, I was
Well,
for the East,
for the
in
East
general.
at least. I
Yeah,
mean, the
yeah.
East is all hearsay because the champion is coming out of the West.
I think
that's.
And I tell you what, I still don't think it's the Clippers.
I mean, hey,
To me, watching the Clippers play, I feel like the only people who are playing to win is Trez, because he always goes 100,
yeah,
Kawhi,
he was a brick last night.
and Zubac.
Zubac has been frying though.
Those are the three people I feel like watching the Clippers play that are out here like, I'm here to win. I feel like everyone else on the team, and I feel like this is because Pat Bev isn't really playing, I feel like everyone else on the team was just like, they're just like, whatever, we're going to make it to the conference finals.
I think
They're just like, yeah, because if Porzingis was there, it's looking real shaky for them even making out the first round.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't feel like they're really out here like playing hard.
Honestly,
And like with the point you've
yeah.
made before with Paul George, it's you're getting one good game out of him every 3 games. That's not championship worthy.
he's been playing all right. He's been pretty consistent
This
this series.
series,
though.
he's been
Okay, pretty
All
consistent, right?
right. Well, here's
There's 3 games.
But he
right?
can't. But that's the
I-
thing. He can't follow this. He can't go into Game 4 and throw up like a 12-point game.
Yeah,
No,
he can't.
all
Right,
There's
exactly.
3 games. First game, how much did he have?
I couldn't tell you.
Because-
that first game was the first game they
was a
blew out.
blowout.
That was
They
a
blew out.
That was
blowout.
a blowout, right? The second
And
game,
the second game they got blown
the
out.
second
They got
game
blown
that they lost,
But that was Kawhi's
they didn't get
egg.
blown out.
That was Kawhi's egg
did?
though.
They did not get blown out because they got it close.
Oh, they did bring
had
it
a chance in the
they did
fourth.
bring it close.
They got it real close. They did not get blown out. And that was like literally, I'm watching it with other people and they're like, oh, Paul George is cooking. Paul George finished the game with 22. This is a potential all NBA player, a superstar in this league. 22 points in the playoffs is not enough.
What was
I mean,
his percentage?
Kawhi had 23 last night and they won.
What was it? What was the percentage? Was it an efficient?
I
22?
feel like, all right, wait, hold on. Yes, I think that's more of the argument. But at the bottom line, I think right now we gotta establish is that just if they win the game, it doesn't really matter to me. I feel like You know what I'm saying? Because that's all that matters in playoffs is one, yes, your superstars have to come out and play. But if y'all find a way to win, y'all find a way to win.
Okay, but is that working against better teams?
Not necessarily against
And
better
that's what I'm
teams.
saying.
But
I'm saying one good game out of every 3 from a superstar does not win you a championship.
right. And that's fair. It doesn't. But all right, do y'all think that the Clippers have had like a rougher road to the conference finals? Y'all think the Lakers have?
The Clippers.
The Clippers. I think Paul George honestly had to get that first series off his back. And then whatever he said he was going through, mental health shit, all right, whatever, cool. I mean, I'm just speaking off of right now in the moment, he's been playing better. So I got to rock with that. And what I'm seeing, he's been playing really well defensively as well. So yeah, I don't know. I think the Clippers still win this series. I think the Lakers obviously gonna beat the Rockets, but the Rockets have low key been giving them a little bit of trouble.
I can't. That's the one series I can't say like anything for sure because I could easily see the Lakers coming out for a game and everybody except for LeBron and AD are crap in the bed.
Right.
And I don't think that's the Rockets giving them. I think that's the Lakers still having their same issues of their role players not performing. And my thing is, Danny Green needs no minutes at all.
Bro.
I'm watching him miss layups. Man. He is not doing a damn thing, and he's not even playing that great defensively. So he's literally out there for cardio.
Yeah.
Like at this point, you gotta put Dion in or something because you're not getting anything from Danny Green.
Nah, but Danny Green got to play though. Danny Green got to play. If Danny Green is not playing well, the Lakers gonna be in trouble.
So take some minutes from him.
Danny Green's playing because LeBron wants him to play.
Yes, exactly.
That's honestly, if any other team, Danny Green is not or at least getting limited minutes. Danny Green is playing because LeBron thinks he adds value to the lineup that's out there. Which is interesting because now they got Rondo back, and now apparently Rondo is like the X factor in the series.
Rondo always was though, because he was their second facilitator. So without LeBron, when he's sitting down, someone's got to make the team flow.
Offensively, Rondo had probably he did have a really really good game too. I'm not going to expect that from Rondo, because Rondo is still a bust on defense. I mean, he's letting everybody go by him on drives.
Mm-hmm. I still think the Lakers win in 6, but that series is just very interesting.
If Russ figures it out, this series gets a lot interesting.
That's a big if right now, though.
That is a
big if.
Big if. Fourth quarter of the last game, there was a possession that the Rockets had where everybody's rotating, everybody's hitting threes except Russell Westbrook, and the main problem with Russell Westbrook and James Harden in this series, they can't be on the floor together. Because every time they're on the floor together, that's when the offense stops working.
But you saw it in the fourth. They started trapping. They almost did like what the Nets did with Dame in that one game.
Exactly.
They started trapping Harden as soon as he came over half court in the fourth. Mm-hmm. All right, one rotation, two rotations. And then the biggest three of the game, Russell Westbrook wide open on the wing. LeBron is literally sitting he's the closest guy to Russ, and he's in the paint.
Yes.
Like if they did the picture, it doesn't fit on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because of how wide open he was. Clanked. It's like, yo, you need to hit one. For all the yelling and doing, and you're yelling at babies,
and it's really
what you're talking about. We need you to hit more than just the one. Yeah, we need you to do better than one of 8 from 3-pointer.
Yeah, but that's not.
With
But that's
7
not
turnovers.
That's not his game though. That's
It's not. But
LeBron is sunning him this series, and I think it's getting in his head.
Yeah, I think.
Why LeBron be blocking him like that?
Oh my God, that one in game 1, 2 hands off the glass. You do that to children.
Yeah.
Wow.
Russ is in his head right now. He's in his own head right now. Yeah.
What has to because Russ's? I think we can agree. Russ's strength comes from his athleticism, him driving, and forcing the defense to react. Mm-hmm. But if the Lakers are going to let him shoot, you got to at least.
But the other problem is that when Harden is on the floor, Russ is no longer the facilitator, and that's kind of a problem.
My other thing is, Mark Jackson made this point where he's like, before, when Russ is open from 3 and they end up kicking to him, he catches it on the run and is slicing to the rim because he can get to the rim at will.
Right.
He's not doing that. He's staying, and it seems like he's trying to stay in this D'Antoni offense. He's trying to change what he does to fit the team, and because of that, it's not fitting. Mm-hmm. So instead of Russ just being Russ, which is something that he preaches, which is something that you want him to do, he's trying to fit into this offense, and I feel like it's because he's not having a good series. So he's like, fuck, me doing me isn't working. Let me just try and go with the flow of the team, which doesn't work for him. A D'Antoni system is not built for Russell Westbrook. And I think if he catches that on the run and slashes, then they're going to have to collapse on him or he gets a layup.
Yep.
And if they collapse on him, then shooters are open.
And they have
Then
you have
Mr.
the
Triple Double
shooters.
can be Mr.
You have
Triple Double.
you have Daniel House in the corner. You have Eric Gordon in the corner. You have Peter Tucker in the corner. Like,
So it's like what? So I agree that he's in his own head, but then also as a coach, you got to be like, I understand you're trying to, but you need to go do your thing.
Wow.
And this is another reason why
Wow.
Look,
We all
who are
have
my
our-
coaches?
Yes.
Who are my coaches that are overrated?
Yes.
Y'all know it. I preach it all the time,
Well,
and I don't miss.
Well, as a fan of the greatest franchise in sports history, the New York Knicks, what's it called? I have my own experience with Mike D'Antoni, and I've seen it not work, and I still don't understand how this man has a job. Like, the jury has been out on Mike D'Antoni since he was on the Knicks, and then what happened? He gets another job, and then what happens? He gets
this
another
man
job,
teaches coaching seminars for what?
bro.
He should just be an offensive coach. That's it.
Nah, I don't even.
That's
think
that's what the Warriors did. The Warriors got someone who basically runs the D'Antoni system, right? And then they got a defensive coach to balance it. D'Antoni doesn't have a fucking defensive coach.
I don't even think. Listen, and I don't even think it's the defensive thing at this point. I just think that when it comes to the offensive system is kind of flawed too. Because when you got a player like James Harden, who I love, by the way, James Harden is one of my favorite players in the NBA. When it comes down to it, there's so much times when James Harden gets the ball and then the offense stops. And you know what that reminds me of? When he was on, when D'Antoni was coaching the Knicks, when Melo got the ball and the offense just stopped. It works sometimes, but when it don't, you see it.
Yep.
And it's just
My other big thing about that series is Anthony Davis is taking the shots that they're giving him instead of getting where he needs to be.
yeah.
He needs to be dominant. You have PJ Tucker. I don't care how strong PJ Tucker is because you're quicker than him.
Yep.
You need to be getting to the rim. He's literally every time he takes one step back or a fadeaway from the mid range. And it's like he's taking the shots they're giving him and he's making some of them, but if he just asserts himself, gentleman sweep. Like
Yep.
this is the time. And I think this is where I think LeBron needs to be like, yo, I'll worry about everything else. You need to go and this is inspire your people. You know what I mean? Do what you got to do because he needs to go and just be dominant.
Yep.
Be Anthony Davis. And that's why I do like having Rondo, also because the two of them have that connection from New Orleans.
Right.
And New Orleans, that's all he did.
This is all hearsay because we're all waiting for what we have all been waiting for since last October. Wow, that's crazy. It's almost been a year. You know what I'm saying? For Lakers and Clippers. And that's gonna be the series. It's very hyped up, but I don't think it'll disappoint either. I think that's just, what Justin?
I was showing John a trade.
Trade scenario.
I'm telling you, this is
Was that the blockbuster trades for every team?
I don't know, but this is why I have such negative thoughts about Bleacher Report because they're going to give you trades like this. Sorry to interrupt your Lakers point.
Yeah, it's all right.
But the one trade that there's a trade they have. Jared Allen traded to the Celtics for Robert Williams, Carson Edwards, and a 2021 first round pick.
Jared Allen.
Why would we trade for draft? Why would we trade for draft capital in the middle of a title window?
No, I'm pretty sure that's the article where they just did one blockbuster trade for every team.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Either way, Anthony Davis's reluctance to play center when the center he'd be facing is PJ Tucker is very, very head scratching. They should be dominating in the paint.
That's what I'm saying.
And yet the
He
rebounding.
takes one step in the paint and pulls out.
Yet the rebounding battle was very, very close in this series. I don't understand it. I really don't understand his reluctance to play center when you are 7 feet tall.
Makes no sense.
I don't get it. This, with Porzingis, does he have that reluctance to play the center?
No.
So I don't.
I think he wants to play center.
So I don't. Weren't the Knicks playing him at the 4?
Because he came in as a 4.
Yeah, he came in as a 4.
How do you come in as a 4
When you're
at
7'3"?
7'3"?
Hey
Dirk
man, listen.
Nowitzki, and the fact that he's basically the first person to do it since Dirk. That's
Yep.
why.
This is dumb. This
See?
is crazy.
But he plays better at the 5. The issue is defensively at the 5.
And that's the thing. AD doesn't have to worry about defense to play the
Exactly.
5
AD
because
has
you
no
go against
excuse.
PJ Tucker.
Amen.
And you know where PJ Tucker's going to be on offense every single possession. He
Anthony
goes
Davis
to the
doesn't
same
even
corner.
guard PJ Tucker on defense, so it's like
I just
It was that as who's guarding him? Robert Covington?
doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Robert Covington, the GOAT. Now I seen somebody talking spicy about Robert Covington. I'm like, yo,
Robert Covington
bro,
has been
he's
playing very well this
great.
series.
Yeah.
Very well.
Every team needs a Robert Covington.
Oh man, it's crazy. Imagine if the Sixers just didn't trade all these people, but hey, whatever.
Crazy, right?
Imagine Sixers kept Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Ooh, crazy.
Wow. It's a crazy thought, but on to the next one, guys.
Yeah, on to the next. But and then this.
Shout out to Jeremy Grant because I feel like he's been a player that has consistently gotten better every season, like and added to his game.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like every team needs a fucking Jeremy Grant, and I feel like he's giving the Nuggets like good minutes.
I
Man.
would love Jeremy Grant on
Like,
the.
he's
the Nets.
fucking great, man.
It's.
He went from just being a defensive, like an athletic defensive player, like he'll just block the shit. He had some of the nastiest blocks I've ever seen, and then he extended, like he can hit open threes now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like he's become a better finisher at the rim.
Yep.
There's the effort is there, man. Love Jeremy Grant.
Couldn't hit his first 3 last night. Thanks, Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, he
You
fucked
bet
us.
on it?
Yeah. I love doing props. I don't know why.
Props is fun. Props is very fun.
That's why I love
Oh
Robert
my
Covington
God,
right now
that should've
because
been-
every prop I've hit with him for the past like 2 weeks, he's done.
Dude,
Michael
Porter
Porter Jr. caught a body last night.
Okay.
That was wow.
I don't know if
Trez is
you.
6'7".
You know what's crazy? They never call a charge on that when you getting dunked on.
He punched him in the face.
Yeah, I know.
This shit was hilarious.
That shit was
Because
jokes.
you shouldn't get rewarded a charge.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Especially because like you know exactly that guy's about to like jump from like the block.
Yeah, like
Like-
when old Richard Jefferson on the Mavericks baptized Michael Kidd Gilchrist.
And it didn't
they-
count.
Yeah,
That shit was crazy.
That was wild.
But all right, so here's the thing I'll say about Michael Porter Jr. Right
Yes.
on paper, wow, Michael Porter Jr. had a great game. If you look at after everything he did after that dunk, he was a detriment to his team.
Yeah.
Because right after that dunk, next Denver possession comes down, shoots an ill-advised 3. Grant was right underneath the basket for a wide open layup, right? 2 possessions later, right? I think Kawhi is at the line. Someone's at the line with like 7 seconds left. Misses the free throw. Porter Jr. gets the ball, tries to go behind his back, underneath the rim. Trez steals the ball, gets fouled, shoots a layup.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Bro, it's like, and then in the fourth quarter, just doing dumb stuff.
He should
Just-
not be playing minutes like that.
He's
This is a series where they can use Paul Millsap.
who was on the at the Reggie, and don't give credit often, but Reggie Miller made a great point. He was like, for all the dumb stuff, you take the good for the dumb stuff he does, but how much dumb stuff can you really live with, especially in the playoffs?
Mm-hmm.
Because he'll give you that crazy dunk, he'll give you a few putbacks, he'll give you that 3.
He's JR to this shit.
But he'll also turn the ball over, try and go 1-on-2 on a fast break. He'll drive baseline, get a charge when you see you coming from a mile away. Like,
Honestly, I think that's just because of his lack of experience.
I do too.
Because he's mad talented. Like he's literally Ben Simmons that can shoot.
But if,
but how much
if he was playing during the regular season,
Exactly, and that's my whole thing is that like, and that's why that's why I feel like the seeding games were a great thing for him and a bad thing for him. I think it got his confidence up, but at
A
the
little
same
too high.
time, yes,
and it also let people game plan for him too. That's
Yeah.
8 games and 8 games of tape you have on him, and now a whole first round. But it's just how are you comfortable living with Michael Porter Jr. mistakes in the fourth for what he gives you, or is he just a player you can really play for maybe the first 3.5 quarters?
Yes.
And then just take him out.
Paul Millsap in this series, because in the first series did not match up well, and I understand that.
He was getting
In this
torched.
series, Paul Millsap needs to be playing.
yes.
He does.
And he's a
Outside
better-
of Zubac, who they're not even giving a lot of minutes.
he fouled out last night.
Like-
he fouled out early too. He
There-
fouled out,
Jokic was giving him that work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
and that's what I'm saying. Like you put Paul Millsap there, and like Paul Millsap is a great player.
Right.
Like you said, he's a veteran player. I saw him. There was a game last year in the playoffs where he just took over. Like he can win you a game,
Yep.
and you don't need him to do that with the way that team is set up. But you have that option. He's going to be way more reliable. There's no one when you look at the Clippers. There's no like 4 or 5 that's going to dominate.
Yep.
Treza's 6'7". Paul Millsap's been guarding centers, and he's 6'4". Like there's nothing about like this is, and I saw him get some more minutes. Also, Gary Harris being back is huge.
And he's been shooting really, really well from deep.
I was what I'm
Listen,
saying.
love me
I was
some
like,
Gary Harris,
since
bro.
when he got that little like doo-doo shit hanging from his head now. He's killing.
Bro, love me some Gary Harris. He's cooking.
Doo-doo.
But
But I mean, I think this series is.
I still
basically-
think he can go either way.
I think the Clippers win it, but I think the Nuggets will take another game.
Yeah, I think Clippers in 6. I think that's a good bet. You know,
Like I can see the Clippers taking the next game, Denver forcing it to a game 6, and then it ends in
personally, I didn't think that like to this point, and I mean we can revisit this in a week when we know what the conference finals matchup is. I didn't think the most interesting series right now for me would be the Rockets and Lakers. I don't know.
To me, that series did not see. I didn't even want to watch it at this point because it should be easy for the Lakers.
This is just all foreplay. I'm ready to fuck. Like I'm trying to see. Like I'm really just trying to see Lakers and Clippers. I'm ready for it, bro.
You know who Mark Ruble is?
Mark Ruble.
Yeah.
Now who's that?
He's you might know, he's the dude with the mustache who be singing and he like makes beats and like makes songs as he goes.
No.
I don't know.
Oh boy, Mark Ruble.
Nah, he's like you have to have seen a clip of him before. He's actually OD talented.
Yeah, maybe if I saw it.
Matt, do you know who that is? Like,
Yeah, he's crazy.
yeah, he's
Matt's like, I know who that is.
he literally like he'll make beats. Like what he does is he does streams, and he'll have people send like different like topics, and then he'll make like a song about
You're
it.
talking about how they used one of his songs in SportsCenter or something the other day?
I didn't. They did.
He didn't know it either. Everybody started calling it to his attention on like Twitter,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Yo, like they didn't tell me about this." Everybody's like, "Yo, collect your royalties."
That's
kid."
right, man. Give my son his check.
Let me see if I can find this shit.
Ugh.
I think it was SportsCenter.
Then in it. Free advertisement. Ooh. Joy Taylor?
All
She
right.
fire.
Nissan Ultimate Haircut.
To your messages, shall we?
Is it this one?
Okay, Martha.
No, it wasn't this one. So basically, this is funny because he did this at like a restaurant.
I can feel it, yo, they're having sex. And
What in the little dicky?
Nah, put some respect on my boy Dave.
Facts.
let me in, I'm trying to fuck.
Well, now I understand why this reference was made.
Right?
Yep. I was confused at first, but now I get it.
I mean, we went the length of going from New Rochelle to Long Island to get there, but you know.
I just thought this clip was very popular because he's doing this in a restaurant and he made a song out of sex noises. But nah, he could low-key sing. He actually did one with Erykah Badu.
Wow.
The Badus?
Yeah, nah, he's like, yo, he's tough. Like, he be making some tracks, really.
All right. Question. I guess.
How much longer are we staying on basketball?
Oh, no.
Yeah, not
this
much.
is the last question on basketball.
Okay.
All
Oh,
right.
shit. The thing to bring up.
Is, if the Celtics lose this series, would it be considered, is this season considered a disappointment?
Mm-hmm.
And who is it considered a bigger disappointment to not make the finals, the Clippers or the Lakers? So it's a two-part
Clippers.
question.
Oh, okay. It's more. I feel like it's definitely more of a disappointment for the Lakers, and I do not think that it is a disappointment. Well, here's the thing, right? I don't think the expectation for the Celtics was to make it to the finals anyway. So I feel like if they lose before that, if they lose in the conference finals, that's
No,
prob-
if they lose second round.
Oh, if they lose in the second round. Oh, if they lose in the second round, I mean,
I think they expected to at least make. I think in their head they expected to make the conference finals.
With all the talk about, how much the team is better this year, because, change of personnel.
Yeah, I do disagree with you on the Lakers thing.
Nah,
I
no
think
way.
you want to know why?
Why?
The same reason we brought up how much Luka Doncic was cooking. These are the best defensive wings since Scotty and Michael. But they're like, that's what I'm saying. They're playing like this shit was gifted to them already. And that's the thing. Everyone like, oh, it's the Lakers or Clippers. But for the most part, everyone's been like, yeah, this is the Clippers because even though the Lakers have stars, the Clippers have all the better role players.
Nah.
So I think
so.
that's the LeBron skew right there that everyone just expects LeBron to make the finals.
And that's the thing.
But I think that it's a bigger disappointment to the Clippers because there's no one that's going to argue that the Clippers aren't built better than the Lakers.
Yeah, of course.
And that's why it's the
Absolutely.
bigger disappointment.
And I think aside from the fact of how the team is constructed, I think really more so with all of the media hype around the Lakers and like basically LeBron's whole thing of winning was going to the Lakers and they creating this whole team, trading for Anthony Davis, betting their whole future on winning a ring, not next year or the year after that or the year after that, but this year. Because they gave away draft picks, they gave away
Zubac.
They gave away Zubac. They gave away so much to the Pelicans, basically saying like, "Here you go, we'll take Anthony Davis and we'll win a ring." Nah,
And there's no guarantee. I mean, I think he is coming back. There's no guarantee he re-signs with
Right.
the Lakers.
right? I mean, yeah, but we all know.
Yeah,
that.
he's going to
Yeah.
resign, but there's still the possibility that maybe if they maybe if they lose this round, hey, maybe he goes back home to Chicago and
If it loses this round, honestly, I think it's his fault.
I mean, yeah, because I feel like you know what LeBron gonna do.
You know what LeBron's gonna do, and this is the series that he should be cooking the most.
Yeah, and LeBron, and also another thing with LeBron is that you can't be Father Time. So I feel like this is probably Father Time is really undefeated.
Father Time
bro.
is undefeated, but this man LeBron in year 17's head is
he-
still getting at the rim.
he fighting his tooth and nail Father Time, man.
Yeah.
The only thing LeBron's losing to Father Time right now is his hair.
Yeah.
Keep it a buck.
That's a fact. LeBron looks great. I'm not taking anything away from LeBron, but what I'm saying is that how much longer, how sustainable is this? You know what I'm saying? Like Max Kellerman, and I hate giving this nigga credit, but he said he called it with Tom Brady, but he called it way too early.
He called it a year too early.
He called it a year too early. If Max Kellerman said what he said about Tom Brady, probably like maybe a year and a half later, that would have been like the greatest call of all time.
I called it.
Well, but we'll see what
I'm
happens.
not Max
'cause-
Kellerman.
Yeah, but whatever, John. All right, but all I'm saying is that it's gonna get to a point where LeBron is not gonna be LeBron anymore, and it's gonna be the saddest thing to see. And I'm not saying it's gonna happen now, but
When
I
it
think
does
this
happen.
right now they still have one of the greatest players in NBA history, like playing at a high level. I don't know how much
It still
more
feels like
sustainable
he's
that
in
is.
his prime.
Yeah,
It's the end. It's definitely the end
Yeah.
part of his prime.
Yeah.
But again, this is one of his best statistical seasons.
right. But all I'm saying is how much more sustainable is it? You know what I'm saying? So, but that's really all I got to say on hoops, though.
And I mean, yeah, it's pretty much it from us over here. Follow @StarToby Sports on Instagram, Twitter. Look at the Facebook page. We got the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment on the videos. Again, video always comes out 2 days after. I'm saying 2 days after, 2 days after record. So video comes out the day after the audio drops. So that's going to be every Thursday. The video is going to drop. Audio's out wherever you find your podcast on Wednesdays, throughout the course of the NBA playoffs. And yeah, man, follow me at Offended Narwhal. That's all I got, guys.
Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, please. We need it.
Yes.
We need it badly.
Need those subs up.
RIP my boy DJ Chaos. Shout out to that one party that you did for the Temple Noobs way back in 2018. Sad to see you go. Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, that was pretty sad news when I woke up and saw that on the timeline.
OD.
DJ K, like that's
OD.
you can't talk about the Temple party scene without chaos
from that 4, 5, 6 year period.
Yeah,
You can't.
like he was, and then Springfest especially.
Yeah.
But yeah, just losing too many of us.
Yeah.
But R.I.P. the GOAT of DJing. Follow me on the socials. J_Thomas_24. Odell is innocent. That girl looks like those like stick aliens from Men in Black. Jets.
Trying to say she built like Beanie Man.
She is built gross.
She built like a skinny girl that's pregnant.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Yeah. Scary hours.
Let's go Jets.
That's pregnant.
Let's go Nets. Yankees figure this shit out. Islanders in 7.
Gang.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion, champion, champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion, like a champion.